In the Doctor Who universe, pretty much anything is possible. Spiders can talk, the Titanic can fly, and there are things out there that just simply won't die. Not only that, but some of them can do it without even needing any anti-wrinkle cream. With all of these characters out there that can live and live, which one of them is the oldest? With that in mind, I'm Sean Ferrick for Who Culture, and here are the 10 oldest characters in the Doctor Who universe. 10. Madame Vastra and the other Silurians, estimated age of hundreds of years. So the Silurians existed on Earth before humans did. If anything, they've got the greater claim to the planet. Now the Silurians' actual lifespan is, it's a few hundred years old, but they can exist in suspended animation for a lot longer. Now, the Doctor encounters some of these soldiers quite early on in his 11th incarnation, but by the time he meets Madame Vastra, we're back to, say, normal Silurian lifespans again. The Sea Devils, who are effectively the Aqua version of the Silurians, are basically the same thing. 9. The Doctor, estimated at about 2,000 years. Along the way, the first Doctor was estimated at around 600 years, the fourth Doctor around 750, the ninth Doctor tells Rose he's about 900 years old, and some big gaps start to come after that. The 12th Doctor tells Nardole in Smile that he's about 2,000 years old, and the 13th Doctor tells Ryan that she's lived for thousands of years. Now, we're dating the Doctor from the moment they became the Doctor, as opposed to, I can hear you saying it, the Timeless Child. So the Doctor as a character is about 2,000 years old. The Timeless Child, well, that's really anyone's guess. Oh, and we're not counting the time spent in the confession dial either. 8. The Master, estimated age around 2,000 years. Insane, deadly, terrifying, sometimes a woman. The Master has been one of the Doctor's greatest foes in any incarnation. We know that the Doctor and the Master were schoolmates together at the Time Lord Academy, and we know that at roughly the same point in their history, they looked into the untempered schism, with the Master going absolutely bananas. So with that being the case, the Master's age is going to be fairly similar to the Doctor's. And then if we look at some of the other Time Lords as well, apparently the Rani, as stated in Time of the Rani, is exactly the same age as the Doctor, with Romana being a little bit younger. 7. Professorchronitus, estimated age of about 12,000 years. This Time Lord character came from the Douglas Adams pen serial Shada, which has had various different versions along the way. By the time the Doctor and Romana meet the character, he's been where he's sat for about 300 years. Now, 300 is but a drop in the water when compared to the Professor's actual age. In the novelization of Shada, Romana estimates that the character might be about 12,000 years old. With the Professor surviving the events of Shada as well, he very much could still be out there, continuing to age and racking up some serious candles on those birthday cakes. 6. The Fendal, estimated age 12 million years. Eustace was the nickname given to a fairly ordinary looking human skull that did in fact make up a part of a being called the Fendal, which was said to be millions of years old. In the 1977 serial Image of the Fendal, Eustace is said to be about 12 million years old, which the fourth Doctor then says the Fendal must be around that same age, as they make up one of the same. Having arrived on Earth long before humans ever did, the skull, while looking old and dusty and crusty and whatnot, is said to be so powerful that it's even a threat to the Doctor's life. So what does the Doctor do about this? Chucks it into an actual supernova. Like, if you're bad enough that the only way to deal with you is chucking you into a star that's going boom, okay, you're pretty powerful. 5. Mr. Sweet, estimated age about 100 million years. There's actually a little bit of variation on the age of this creature. It's said to be the last of a race of these creatures called the Red Leech, and this absolutely kind of disgusting little thing was introduced in season 7's admittedly mixed episode, The Crimson Horror. Now this being has attached itself to the deranged Winifred Gillyflower, played by the absolutely fantastic Diana Rigg. The leech's venom was going to be used for a plot to poison the entire Earth. Now, Thankfully, of course, the 11th Doctor managed to put paid to this. Before the leech is squished by Gillyflower's daughter, the Doctor posits that it's well over 65 million years old, but actually comes from around the Jurassic period of human history, and that's getting closer to the 3-digit million years ago. Not bad for something that's about the size of your hand. 4. Eldrad. Estimated age, 150 million years. As noted by the Doctor in the 1976 serial The Hand of Fear, Eldrad, who's a member of the Castrian race, is incredibly hard to kill. Now, the Doctor and Sarah Jane Smith actually find a part of Eldrad in an old quarry on Earth. And what they find is his hand, and this hand is actually able to possess Sarah Jane Smith. Considering it's only one part of his body and is still able to do that, that's impressive. After he's able to take care of Sarah Jane, he is in fact able to come back to life fully. At this stage then, there's really no telling how long he might end up living for. As the Doctor says, killing him's potentially not on the menu, so he could be running into some pretty long-lived characters who might be turning up on this list now pretty soon. 3. The Face of Beau, estimated around 5 billion years. The Face of Beau is one of the first aliens displayed on the revival series of Doctor Who. The 9th Doctor and Rose meet him, and then the 10th Doctor meets him a couple of times. He's estimated to be about 5 billion years old. Now, as was confirmed by Russell T Davies when it came to the finale of Season 3, Utopia, The Sound of Drums, and The Last of the Time Lords, the Face of Beau is in fact a future version of Captain Jack Harkness. Now, Captain Jack Harkness was a time agent, but that's still old. The Face of Beau was alive by the events of Season 3's Gridlock, which was roughly 5 billion years into the future. So if Captain Jack is from the mid-51st century, that puts him pretty damn old. And despite what Jack said, he gets a little bit of work done, gets a little bit of cream on, but eventually he's going to age. I don't know how Jack feels about the fact he's going to end up looking like a gigantic ballsack. 2. Every character from the Dark Times, estimated age over 13 billion years. Now, there are characters in Doctor Who that are said to be from this period of time called the Dark Times. The 10th Doctor tells Donna Noble about this during the events of The Runaway Bride. Some examples of these are the Rachnos, the Nestine Consciousness, the Eternals, and the Mandragora Helix. Other accounts have Rassilon, the Lord President of Gallifrey, active around these times as well, with Omega and the Other. Now, when a writer wants to introduce a new character into Doctor Who, one of the easiest ways to give it a bit of grandiose and poise is to say that it's from the Dark Times. The Weeping Angels and Fenric were both introduced this way, as was the new Season 2's beast that they found in the Satan Pit. A creature that's described even as old as the universe. It's a bit of a woolly number, but Sarah Jane stated in one of her serials that the universe is about 13 billion years old. Number 1, a shielder. Estimated age 100 trillion years. Despite only appearing in a few episodes of the revival Season 9, Maisie Williams, a shielder, went on one hell of a journey. She was first introduced as a standard young Viking woman who was revived by the Doctor using technology obtained from the mire. Now, this technology made her immortal. We don't mean long-lived, we mean immortal. Again, think Captain Jack without the worn-out lifespan at the end. The Doctor meets her again around the Middle Ages, and then again in the 21st century. Then the next time the Doctor meets her, it's at the very end of the universe. The 10th Doctor stated around the events of Utopia that the end of the universe is roughly 100 trillion years into the future. So if a shielder is still there at this time, that puts her at about 100 trillion years old. And that's it for our list now this evening, guys. If you can think of anything that we might have missed, please drop it into the comments below. Remember, you can catch us over on Twitter at WhoCulture. You can catch myself at Sean Ferrick on Twitter as well. Remember, guys, look after yourselves, keep things wibbly wobbly, and we'll see you next time.